I'm Cisco Werner, the Director of the Institute of Marine and Coastal Sciences at Rutgers University. With regard to OBIS, we've been extremely proud to host the office for the past number of years since its inception. And we're looking forward to ironing out all the details that we need to ensure that OBIS will continue at Rutgers serving the broader international community through all of its partnerships, academically, research, and agency-wide that are so important to understanding global biodiversity in the face of climate change, in the face of understanding variability in natural resources, and also as we prepare our future professionals to be able to deal with all of these concepts in decision-making tools, again, having to deal with marine resources. We look forward to a very long and fruitful partnership with IODE and the IOC, with OBIS here at Rutgers serving, as I said, the broad international community.
My name is Fred Grassley. I've been at Rutgers for nearly 20 years. I've been interested in marine biodiversity my whole career. Became director of and founder of the first of the Institute of Marine and Coastal Sciences at Rutgers, and I've passed that on to Cisco Werner. The history of OBIS is that we had a series of projects on biodiversity. And Jesse said to me that we've done a lot of we've done coral reefs and we've done various things, but we haven't really talked about the database. And he said, "Well, I'll give you 3 months to put something together that'll convince me." It was enough to convince Jesse that we could do it. An important part of developing a sustaining OBIS is our new relationship with IOC and IODE, and we're having interesting meetings now to put together how it would work, and how it would serve the needs of not only not the nation but countries all over the world.
Hello, I'm Edward van den Bergen. I'm the Executive Director of OBIS, and I'll entertain you a little bit telling you about what OBIS is all about and who's working for OBIS here. First of all, it's important to realize that what we're here at is the Secretariat, the International Secretariat of OBIS, and that this is only a very, very small part of OBIS. There are very many data providers to OBIS. There are, for example, 15 regional OBIS nodes distributed all over the world, and that's really what OBIS is all about. And what you will see here is just a small secretariat of OBIS. First of all, here you see the people, some of the people working for OBIS. At the left there's Lil, and in the back you see Ken Eng. Ken is responsible for most of the administration of OBIS. And then here you see Jesse Bluvius, our data manager, working busily at pulling data in from our different providers. Fred Grassley has already mentioned that OBIS has been created as the data and information integration component of the census of marine life. We've been quite successful at doing so. We've also been very successful in attracting data from very many other sources as well. And in the past 9 years we have grown up to 22 million records, and with that number we're by far the largest provider of marine raw biogeographical data. So, and without much further ado, I would like to introduce you to our website and some of the data and information products that we're deriving from our OBIS database. Okay, so this is the main website. There is a news page, there is a little bit of information about OBIS and so on. Please feel free to explore this website. But let's together now do a search in the OBIS database. Let's look for data on Mola Mola, the ocean sunfish. There we go. And then you see that there is also a subspecies with the same name, but let's have a look at the ocean sunfish, the species itself. Here you see in the yellow squares where the ocean sunfish has been recorded in OBIS. One thing that I should demonstrate here as well is that we always keep very careful track of the sources of our information, and you see here at the bottom of the page all the different data sets that have provided us with records of the ocean sunfish. And then you can have a look, of course, at the distribution using this map here. You can also download the data in various different formats, as a text file, as an HTML file, but also as a KML file. So for display in Google Earth, let's try that one, and then open the file with Google Earth, which is okay. So here we have Google Earth with the different distribution records, the same distribution records you saw in the IOBIS website itself, with a few records around around the UK, and then here many more in front of the coast, the east coast of the United States. Like this, the color represents the number of records we have for each of those squares, red being the the higher number of records. Right, and then here we're looking at one of the derived products from the OBIS database. What I've done here is to create a KML file that gives, again, per square in latitude, longitude, a number of statistics. What you're looking here at is squares of 10 degrees square, and at the number of records in each of those squares. Now we can check to have smaller size squares, like for example the 1 degree squares, and then switch off the 10 degree squares, and here you see much finer resolution squares. We can zoom in, we can move around the world, and then also we can click on any of those squares to zoom in further, or to find a number of statistics on that particular square. So here you see that the number of records for this square is 364, the number of species is 22, the expected number of species in a random sample of 50 records from that square is 12 and a bit. So that's basically a proxy of the species richness, which is with a bias-independent proxy of species richness. OBIS is located here at the Rutgers University. Rutgers University, like any university, has a lot of facilities to organize courses. You see here different rooms of different sizes, large lecture theaters, small lecture theaters, and those ones obviously are also available for OBIS activities. We plan on making very good use of these facilities. Also the fact that we're in an academic institution is very important to us. We want to start organizing a certificate program for marine biodiversity data management. One of the things that would be good also is that we will be able to use these efforts, the combined efforts of Rutgers and of OBIS, to make a contribution also to the capacity building program of IDE. And we all know that the IDE and IOC has been extremely strong in physical and chemical data management, and we're now trying to make sure that biology and especially biogeography will become as strong in IOC as the rest of these scientific topics.